Data of every description will pervade our consciousness. Holograms projected beneath our eyelids.
Welcome to the DCC Museum.
Hi and welcome back at the museum. Today we're going to do a video about the very first prototype of the DCC175, including the cable. It might look like a 170, but it really isn't. It is a prototype including the 175 connections. It was donated by Nico Hatting to the Home Computer Museum in Helmond, the Netherlands. But since we're in close collaboration with them, they thought it would be better off at the DCC Museum. So in this video, we're going to take this apart and show you all the details about this very first DCC175. So we have it, the original DCC175 that, as you can see, came totally in silver, and the prototype that has interesting markings, number 1 version 10. It also doesn't have any serial numbers or any other markings, which is quite interesting. Other than differences, we notice that on the back the prototype didn't have yet the line out digital output. It's missing. Power is there, the 175 connector is there. But the biggest and interesting discovery on this is that the Philips logo is not there. We knew that from the pictures, and I will try to zoom in and show you a picture, but there was something else here that was written. It's short, and in my opinion, after looking it over, they have scratched it away and repainted it, which can only be done if you have the exact matching paint. It is starting with an S, so it's either, in my opinion, Sharp or Sanyo, but I could be wrong because I can only see the S and somewhat of an A in there, so that makes it very interesting. But I just wanted to show you the comparison and the prototype and what it eventually became. So we will be focusing on the prototype and opening it up. And see what is inside there that is recognizable or not recognizable. Yeah, and from the go you can immediately see the differences, as these connections are handmade. You can see with a pre-production or a prototype. It also says the version 10 here on what is recalled data version 10. Again, this board has all the connections the original has except for the optical out, so this is totally different. I hope that there is not a failure with that board, as it would lose some of the charm. We will always try to get these to work. See also smaller modifications here on components. This IC definitely has been soldered manually. Looks in good shape otherwise. Okay, that came off nicely. It's always a little tricky as you have to protect the cassette switch here. Let's see if we can take it apart any further. We did try shortly on starting it up. It made a whirling noise, and we had some information on the display. The whirling noise indicates the belt is gone, which is fairly common. Not too many modifications on here. You can see that there has been worked on, but not any extra cables like we've seen on the audio board. Firing up the soldering station. On the soldering here, you can clearly see that this has been apart. So let's see if it will come off. Second board to get to the belt. There we go. Comes out nicely. The switch, everything is intact. Okay, here we clearly can see why the whirling noise is there. We've done several videos on that, on how to repair a portable, but it's always to get to this belt. You see it's completely loose. seems to be spinning from A to B nicely. Let's solder this on so we can get rid of the noise. Okay, sorry about the noise, but the soldering and desoldering station does make a lot of noise. This is also not the metal plate you see at the eventual type. That's a little bit shaped differently. Okay, it sits nicely. I'm aligning all the switches so the board will fit perfectly. Because they break rather easy. There we go. I was doing a little count just before and I thought I had 2 screws left, which is of course never a great idea. So let's see if it would start up. Here we go. Okay, seems to be working. Side A is working. Side B is working. Very cool. I'm glad this is actually working because, like I said, there are some differences in the audio board which would not be an easy fix without having the schedule, which we do not have on this specific prototype board. Everything else seems to be working the same thing, the same way at least. So I'm gonna now put this back together and then see what happens if we connect it to a computer and see if it works like a regular DCC175. If that is also still working. That explains it. All right, let's hook it up to a computer. So we're using the original cable to hook it up to a Windows 98 computers, and we immediately see a difference because it comes up with a wizard for Philips data plug. We have seen the wizard on occasion before, but I don't think we've ever seen the word Philips data plug. So of course we don't have the driver. This we have seen, unknown device. So we've connected the original cable that came with the player just to make sure there are no modifications there. Hooked up the cable to our Windows 98 computer, and we'll put in a tape and see if the player responds to DCC Studio. We have the latest revision 1.2 of that studio. That's the sound we want to hear. Okay, so it's recognized. Let's send a file over there. Song, this is all normal. It's rewinding. It's now doing the lead in. And then in a few seconds, 20 to be exact, the file should be starting. Then the first track is going to be recorded on this tape. There we go. We're going to finish the tape. It all looks pretty okay to me. Rewind. And it did record. So that's excellent news. We're very happy with this edition, and as this is version 1 revision 10, it's a very special place. I hope one day we can actually find out what these letterings meant. We asked the former Philips employee, but he wasn't able to tell us anything about that other than he used it for demonstration and other purposes. They worked on it at the department. He also donated some other equipment for head testing. We will do another video about that later. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.